The Berry Street Garage Stadium is the home of North and West Premier League Division sides Bootle FC. For those who don't know, it's also the home of their inclusion team, Bootle Bucks Inclusion FC. Now this year marks their 5th year after initial sign-up back in 2018 of 16 members, but the club can now proudly say they have over 200 active members. Now the inclusion has an established name, not only in England but also around the UK, after competing in various tournaments in Northern Ireland and Scotland.
5 years ago this weekend, you'd never have thought, if you told me we'd be here with, I think there's been 120 kids here training today, well, kids and adults, and preparing for the tournament on the 29th and 30th, where we've got 180 players just for Bootle Bucks. If you'd have told us that then, we'd have laughed, because we were happy to just have the handful of players at the old indoor building. I think we knew after the first few weeks it was just going to keep growing and growing and growing. And it's just, the work has increased, the amount of work we have to do, but it's a testament to the amount of volunteer coaches that we get in.
According to the annual Disability and Activity Survey conducted in 2021, just 47% of people with a disability believe sport is for people like them. It has also been confirmed by Sport England that disabled people are almost twice as likely to be physically inactive compared to those without a disability.
There is a stigma, or there was a major stigma years ago. It is improving, but there's still, there's two types. You've got mainstream society who view disability or view people with barriers as should be a separate entity. A big starting point or a big catalyst for disability to be accepted was the 2012 Olympics in London. A lot of sports shows, a lot of kids shows are now presented by disabled people, so it is becoming a little bit more accepted, but still not enough. There's still people who raise eyebrows at disability.
As you can see behind me, this is the Bootle Bucks Inclusion storage hut. Now in here there are footballs, goals, goalposts, bibs, and these are all used to help deliver the best sessions possible. Now unfortunately, according to the latest data, 64% of disability clubs are unable to cater for their disabled audiences. Now this means that so many people are missing out on the opportunities to socialise and be involved with something they love.
Yeah, there is a dearth of facilities in the area. Because of the growth in mainstream junior football, you find it very difficult to find facilities. We're very lucky here at Bootle Football Club that we've got a good partnership with them, and they allow us onto the pitch even at this later season when there's finals and playoff games, and that they don't mind us getting on because they see the importance of it as well. Disabled kids used to be tucked away in facilities and just kept on their own, literally hidden from society. And I think when society starts accepting and becoming aware of that disability is part of everyday life, society will become a better place.
For many people who attend the sessions delivered by coaches and volunteers here at Bootle Bucks Inclusion, they see it as an escape from reality and a place to enjoy themselves, which couldn't have been done without the endless work from the community who give up their time to deliver the best coaching possible. Speaking to one of the players who has been on the Bootle Bucks Inclusion journey from the very start, 16-year-old Joe Symes talks about how Bootle has had a positive impact on his life. Being diagnosed with autism at a very young age, the player said that being part of the inclusion has brought him out of his shell and has filled him with more confidence.
First session there was 15 people, and there's still probably 10 of them that are here today. Still, I was still then, I was quiet, quite shy to be honest, didn't speak to anyone. And now 5 years later, don't think without the books they could have done anything really. But it's built my confidence up. It's definitely built my social skills, built confidence skills, stuff like that. Wouldn't have been able to do it without the books. So from 15 people now, and there's definitely over 200 registered players here now.
Here at Bootle Bucks Inclusion, it is more than just coming along and having a kickabout with your friends. It's about everyone being included, building on their social skills and confidence by interacting with others who have similar challenges.
The environment is literally amazing. Kids are coming in to football, might have had a bit of a tough week in school or whatever. It's like a release for them sort of thing to come here and have a game of footy and play with the mates. I know that was sort of the case for me, you know, like I was at school Monday to Friday, and then here was just sort of a release to come and play with your mates. Because they teach you core life skills, like they teach you everything you need to know. They don't like bring you up to be a kid on the street who'll go out and whatever. Teach you how to behave properly, teach you how to talk to other people. Because there must have been a few times where new kids have come and you've asked kids, you know, just to sort of make them feel welcome, and then they become part of a group of kids, a group of 10, 15 kids, and you're going out with them outside of football. You're not just enjoying yourselves in football, you're going out for a game of footy, you're going to fair, you're going whatever these places. You meet new mates and sort of mates for life.
Now here on this pitch, this is where the Bootle Bucks inclusion players turn up in their numbers, sporting their bright blue and yellow kits. The Bucks was set up 5 years ago with the view of offering football coaching to local challenged children who had little or no access to organised football sessions or a place to train, keep fit and enjoy socialising with other youngsters with similar disabilities. The players are put through their paces as they train here every Saturday morning, undergoing intense training sessions such as rondo passing drills, shooting drills and matches, but whilst doing so they have fun in the process. Just like Joe Symes, Bootle Bucks inclusion player Dominic Alden has been attending the sessions every Saturday since it opened back in 2018. Dominic suffers with visual impairment and enjoys coming to the club to build connections with the other players.
When I started the Ducks, there was only like about 12 or 8 children here, and now there's loads of children. Yeah, I like coming to the Ducks because, you know, you're seeing loads of people there and stuff like that. Nice socialing with other people. You know, it's like knowing you're gonna go to training and stuff, seeing people like that you see not that regular. Like every Saturday you'll see the same people. So you know, creating like a social like side of it. Everyone knows each other and stuff.
Bootle Bucks inclusion grew so much in their first year and were nominated for the Northwest Football Awards, a well-known honour within the inclusion sporting industry. They have also previously won the LCFA Disability Club of the Year back in 2019, showing how they are heading in the right direction and providing a valuable service for the children and parents involved. Football and sport as a whole is for everyone, regardless of their disability. Many people considered to have a disability or challenge are not given the chance to get involved and do something they enjoy. The participation of disabled people is significantly lower than those without a disability due to the mental and physical barriers. Unlike Bootle Bucks, many sports clubs are unable to provide the facilities needed for those with disabilities due to the lack of volunteers and underfunding.
You know, it wasn't just about disability, it's about inclusion. Whatever barrier there is to stop a kid playing football, whether it's they're not good enough, whether they have got a disability, physical or mental, that might stop them from playing, or whether it's just the money and the transport. You know, parents can't get kids around to football games. If you go and play mainstream football, some teams are charging direct debits now to pay for kits and subs and that, and some people just haven't got the money. A lot of kids are marginalised in society these days, especially since the lockdown, and it's important that they get out and they start making friends, getting into their own little peer groups, talking about each other's disabilities or each other's issues, which makes them feel a lot better. We've got kids here who, when they started with us, had never been invited to a birthday party in school, had never had a sleepover, never had any friends. The only friends they had were online. But now they're out, they're enjoying themselves, they're getting themselves physically active, their own self-esteem and the well-being is improving.
Coming down here to Bootle Bucks Inclusion FC, it just shows the amazing work that is done here by the team of volunteers. It also exemplifies the power of sport. However, there is still a long way to go, as there is a lack of funding and a lack of awareness.